Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back from the first drive. We're still crazy about the way the car felt, how it drove, the engine performed.
How it sounded, dude.
Better than we expected. It sounded amazing. Some of you guys said LFA, Gallardos, like
CGT.
Having a Ford V10 in the same conversation as LFAs is, yeah, thank you all for the responses. We love to see how much you guys liked the car, how it drove, how it sounded, because it was a lot of work and just having it out there, it's just amazing. So thank you all for the support. Now this video, we are moving on to probably the next big thing, long time coming. We are finally dynoing this engine.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
We've been talking about dynoing this thing since November 2 years ago or something, and it's finally time to put this thing to the test.
Put
we don't
numbers
have to
behind
do this.
it.
Right, we don't have to do this. We have a car, it's running and driving. We could finish it off, take it to the track, take it to car shows, but we want to know how much power well, we all want to know. I know you guys too. We all want to know how much power this thing is actually making and if it'll rev to 8,000 RPM. We're going to see if we can take the claim to the first Ford V10 to be taken to 8,000 RPM. Fingers crossed, this could really backfire, but we're gonna take this through.
It's worth it, dude.
It's worth it. We wanted to take this to 8,000. We're gonna just send it and see what happens. But before we do that, we do have a couple checks we wanna make. We heard some weird rattles in the back end when we were on the test drive, dropping the clutch with blown up subframe bushings. So we're gonna take this up on the lift and make sure the drive shaft and stuff are still in good condition. Looks like we got a little bit of leakage from there. We had a lot of issues with this one, right?
Remember it got seized in there or something, but the pan itself, right? We have two pieces of gasket in there and it doesn't look like it's leaking. There's some stuff here.
Is that oil?
It is oil, right? Did we wipe it down when we spilled?
I mean, we have royal purple, not Pennzoil.
Does it blow from the exhaust? Maybe?
I mean, there's a bunch of shit here. Oh, damn, this thing rusted
So
immediately.
Because of the exhaust, I think the water was condensing on here.
I
Maybe
wonder
we
if
should have painted that.
Yeah, or damn, that sucks.
Well, maybe we paint that so
Yeah,
we don't paint
yeah.
it black. Because look, the shaft actually.
Yeah,
you can
it's
see
all
some of the
rusted.
motion of the shaft right there.
Did anything rub up here?
That's the question.
Oh, yes, it did. Up there, you see that?
See, self-clearance though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. You can see.
Yeah.
So it was the weight. Oh, it's swerving here too. Up there.
So this is where the real problem is, I think. Yep.
So if you guys remember when we did the rear subframe swap, we had to cut these cups and weld them back into place to match the Continental body. And we kind of messed up some of the rubber inside and we said, we'll fix it later. Well, we haven't fixed it yet. So
you can see how destroyed it is.
yeah, the rubber, one of these especially got super messed up. Yeah. So we probably shouldn't have even driven on those, to be honest, but it's fine.
It's just a SEMA build.
But it's an easy fix. So all we have to do is drop the subframe and get some poly bushings in there and that should fix the issue.
We did hear a drive shaft noise at wide open throttle.
Every time we
And
incent it, basically.
Yeah, this is the reason, because now I can't even fit my finger in here. Oh, okay. A little more distance to go. Okay.
Yep.
How bad was it hitting?
It wasn't that bad, right?
For only...
I mean, it it rubbed the plastic, but it's not like it burned through it or anything.
Yeah.
So these are the culprit, or at least we know that one is. Whoop! Oh, yeah, that'll do it. So basically, this thing was driving on blown bushings, and every time we gave it power, it just twisted the entire subframe enough for the drive shaft to hit here, this plastic cover. So to fix that problem, we've gone ahead and purchased a set of polyurethane subframe bushings.
Race red, of course.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of red, but this seems like the only color they had available, so we just went ahead and bought this. But this will replace all 4 bushings on the subframe, and that should hopefully fix that problem once we're under power. We may have to upgrade these too eventually, maybe, we'll see. And another thing we're gonna tackle while this is down here,
Why are you showing that?
gaping hole
That
we have
could have
there.
been.
We're gonna go ahead and patch this
It
up.
drove just fine without that.
We're gonna go ahead and patch this up because we cut this out when we first fitted the subframe, the Mustang subframe on the Continental. That was one of the things we had to do. So that'll be easy to just close out, get it out of the way. But yeah, we gotta figure out how we're gonna press these out because it looks like we can't reuse the sleeves.
Yeah, I'm used to always burning out the rubber.
Yeah,
And then you have to reuse
That's
the
how I did
sleeve.
all the ones for the Mark 8.
Yeah,
I just
that's-
burned them all out.
Like on the Explorer or the Mountaineer, I put all those front ones and
yeah,
I had
that's
to burn
right.
them all out and push them. You reuse the sleeves, so I'm surprised.
Yep. So we'll see how we do that. We should probably read the instructions though.
Oh, it came with
That might help.
instructions?
No, we have to look them up online. It came with a QR code. So we're gonna do that and then start working on this.
Cut into the tube a little bit.
Yeah. So we got half of one of them completely out, but the second half is not coming out. We're having a little bit of a hard time, and the reason is because when we modified the subframe to fit on the Continental body, we actually welded the bottom of the cup here. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but basically the lip that we're trying to push out of this cup, we welded to. And that's just because we wanted to make sure this thing was solid. So basically we're gonna have to grind off the weld at the bottom here. This is already out at the top. We'll be able to push it out. We may have to re-weld in some areas, reinforce it. We're gonna have the same problem on the other side. We did the exact same thing. The back ones we didn't touch, those will be straightforward. But once we get this out, we'll be able to put these bushings in there, clearance anything we need for them to sit properly, and then move on to the next one.
After grinding the weld off, we were able to continue chiseling away on the inner sleeve until it finally broke free. We then went ahead and ground away all of the remaining weld under the mount so the new poly bushing could sit flush. And of course, we had to do it all over again for the other front mount, which wasn't completely busted. So this one took quite a bit more cutting and hammering. To save our arms and shoulders another workout, we decided to pull the table outside and burn away the rubber on the rear bushings. Sometimes, doing things the hard way is not the better way.
There it is. Yeah. Pain in the ass.
With all the inner sleeves out, we lubed up the poly mounts and inner sleeves and started hammering them into place. Hopefully, this will stop the flexing under power and prevent the drive shaft from rubbing on the fuel tank shield. We'll have to check that before we button it all up.
Alright, so we got all the poly bushings installed. So this thing's basically ready to go back up in the car. But Diego's over here. He really wants to clean up his hole and weld it shut. So we'll be working on that.
To cover the hole, we're tracing the bottom shape onto a piece of cardboard, which we then used as a template to cut out the sheet metal. Since the hole is not a flat plane, we made sure to leave enough length on the top so we could then bend the flange that would cover the top side of the hole. Once we were happy with the fitment, we went ahead and started welding the piece in position before we realized we could have made a terrible mistake.
Midway through one of the welds, we realized this is a gas tank full of gas.
Is the 85 flammable?
That's diesel. It has a fire emblem, so probably. So we're gonna drop this like a good
idea. Safety
like a
first,
good
guys.
YouTuber.
Safety first.
Yeah,
Just like
except on the
seatbelts.
seatbelts. Show them the seatbelts work, dude.
We can't. We have to get in an accident. Prove a point. Is that what they want?
Is that what you want? Is that what?
Rack into something on purpose is just so it will work. Guys, the E85 froze. Oh my god. Is it that cold in here? Just kidding. It's called laminar flow, kids. Stay in school. With the fuel tank and science lessons out of the way, we finished it off by welding 2 end caps on either side of the hole and welding everything all the way around. Then a little bit of black primer to prevent any bare metal from rusting. Alright, with the back end all closed up, it's time to put the subframe back in the car. We did have to make some modifications to the bushings for this to fit properly. So the 2 back ones we didn't touch, but these 2 front ones, as you can see here, we actually had to revert back to the stock sleeve just to give us enough room to locate the subframe. This one we just had to ream this a little bit out. So we basically got rid of the shoulder that these come with. That just, it's a byproduct of us having welded these cups with blown out bushings.
Well, because they have big holes like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we're gonna bring this back to the car, lift this back up, and start putting this thing back together.
All right, so we got the diff all put back up and tightened up, all the brakes attached. Put the fuel tank on, and we have the drive shaft in here. She's still as tight as she ever was, so that ain't gonna change.
No, it's better, right?
Is it better? I mean, now,
Technically.
I don't think, is it better?
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty tight. She's still tight, which is a good thing. We like them tight. So if you remember, we were rubbing right here, right? So you can see it. Now there's a lot of clearance. I could put my hand in there. But when we lift this up, right, put all the weight of the car on the snout there, this whole thing moved up so much that it actually closed the gap. So we'll take it up until these get loose. So now the weight's almost basically all on this. And I could still stick my hand in there. So before we were just touching it, contacting it. So we got now, and yeah, all this is
Room here,
yeah,
too,
room.
even to the balance weight, we got a good
So
room.
yeah, blown out bushings let things move around.
Don't take your new build out with blown out bushings and just drop the clutch nonstop. Time to put this back on the trailer and go to the dyno. All right, we got our U-Haul truck and trailer rental because Jack's trailer was too narrow for these things. Gonna set up the ramps. We're gonna get this thing ready to go.
All right, we're on our way.
29 miles away from
Either
the final answer. Gonna be a real sad meal at Taco Bell tonight, or really good. I might go for the Supreme box if it all works out.
what are we taking bets, or we wait till we're with the?
Let's. I mean, I think it's gonna be more than 700. Now,
No,
okay,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no, I
700 crank, right? So
Yeah.
we're not gonna see crank numbers. We're gonna have to estimate those. But I think we should see more than 530. If we make 530 at the wheels, I'll be a real happy person. We are here. Time to pull the car out, get this thing on the rollers.
How you feeling right now, huh?
Let the professionals who know what they're doing get it running right. It's already idling better after 2 minutes of it being in there. Yeah. This is the moment we've been chasing since November of 2023 when we first fired up the 40-valve V10. It's tough to put into words the rush of emotions leading up to this point. There's the raw excitement of finally seeing what this beast can do, the anticipation of the numbers it'll lay down, and the pride in everything it took to get here. But alongside of that, there's a nervous energy, knowing we're pushing the limits of what anyone's ever done with a Ford V10. We're taking it to RPM levels and no one's dared to go, hoping all the engineering, planning, and sheer determination finally pays off. It's uncharted territory, and that's exactly what makes this so special.
This is nerve-wracking.
We just got started, dude.
Right there.
6,000.
6,448.
448. All right.
Okay.
Flat line.
Yeah, we don't. Because it's all coil on plug.
Yeah, no RPM. Well, we almost just died of a heart attack. The engine did this weird like surge and it wouldn't start again.
We were under there trying to put on the probe for the
RPM.
tax. I think they're gonna do a power pull.
So here we go. Last time was 448, right?
48?
And that was only 6,500 RPM, right?
No, 6.
Oh, 6,000 RPM. Oh my God. There we go.
Since we're running a coil-on-plug ignition system, getting a clean and reliable signal for the tachometer proved to be a challenge. Instead of relying on a direct engine RPM signal, they used dyno drum speed. What you're seeing here is the process of calibrating that tachometer, using the wheel speed data in the test gear to correlate to the engine RPMs in real time.
So it's consistent. Good. That was 453, 396 torque.
That's a power curve.
Wow.
It's up to about 64. It starts to break up.
It starts to break. Why do you think it's breaking up? Oh, you think that's the end? Where's the red line at?
They don't. That's what you learn.
I know, but what do you have it set in the tune right
You know
now?
what it is.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Okay. We haven't turned it up because we're scared.
Yeah. That's what we're hoping you come in.
Yeah, that's where the pros come in.
There's two spots where you have to change it because it's got two settings for limiting RPM.
Yeah, because they hit that limiter hard.
Yeah, it did. All right, we
We're not
just changed the RPM to 8,000.
Yeah,
so now it's
It's
8,000.
been hitting rev limiter 65.
65.
Pulling 450 wheel.
450
Just
wheel.
laying.
400 torque, dude. That's pretty good.
I mean, it's like a...
It's
a
just flat. It's
top.
exactly. It's all flat.
So,
You're gonna take it to 7,000. If it looks good, you're just gonna send it, right?
Yes. We'll go to 75.
75. All right.
sorry.
We'll leave 8,000 for the end. For the big finale. I mean, there's two runs basically dead on.
Yeah,
So
448,
it's
453.
the engine once more. The engine once
I'm
more.
down, dude.
Yeah, once more.
This was the old one, right? This is the new one. And, you know,
it
seems
starts
like
to
it's
peak
laying
around
over
7,000?
7. What does it show on the 76, 79.
76, okay. So yeah, it's 491 at the wheels, 386 torque.
I put some more fuel in it, so you get a little lean.
Okay, how's timing, what you think? Or
You know what? Pull it plug.
pull the plug?
Yeah, this is about where you want to be.
Okay.
I could probably put 2 degrees in it.
How do you
It
tell?
ain't
So,
worth it.
See that? I think the blue.
oh, right there? Yeah, okay.
The changing colors, that's getting hotter. Then as it go, the more time you put in it, the more it go.
Okay.
Now some people with the E85, that's why I was saying about the auto lights, they don't show you much. You look at the fuel in here, it'll start eating the coating off.
Oh yeah.
And it's just really starting. So, but on the AFR, it was like 0.88.
Okay.
I want to go down. I put some more fuel in it, so we're gonna see what it do on this one.
One more run. We made 491 wheel horsepower last run. We did a little bit of fuel adjustments, so we'll see how much it makes now. But we're starting to get to the limit, it sounds like. Basically took it to almost 8,000 RPM.
Mirrored exactly.
Yeah, right on top of each other. Yeah, I mean, it sounds great.
I love the way it sounds.
Yeah.
I can imagine going down the street like that.
Just revving in the streets.
That's how the Z06 sounds.
Yeah,
F1 sounds.
Yeah.
F1, that's right.
That's what it is. You need another pump and bigger injector. Yeah, bigger injector.
You think that's gonna get more power?
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. Well, you're down on fuel pressure. Fuck what the injector doing. You're way down on fuel pressure.
We have a 400 liter per hour
That's why I
pump.
was showing. It did pick up some fuel, AFR that time, so it was down a little lower than where it was before. But this is what's causing it.
Yeah, 'cause
Besides the injector.
Our base is
maxed out.
52 at idle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're dropping 14.
That's why it's been leaning out.
You said in essence 6,000 it just starts dropping off?
It's
Yeah.
That's what it looks like?
It's done after 6,000.
Wow.
48, it really starts, the fuel pressure goes away around 5,200. So it's 50 the whole time. When you start really putting the boots to it, it starts going away. It really goes away after 6,000. Okay. You guys should be happy about it.
Yeah, actually, that's the best case scenario.
I mean, it's not gonna pick up a lot, but
The problem, you're gonna have to come back.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Not really start over, but we're gonna have to do some upstairs too.
We're wrapping it up. The car's back up in the trailer. We need injectors, we need a pump, but we made 500 wheel horsepower. So I think 700 is very doable. God, 7,700 RPM.
Drew and Myron. Myron, nice to meet you guys.
All right, and yeah, we'll,
You guys did an awesome job.
yeah, no, appreciate it.
Fuck it, this is awesome.
Like I said, we'll be back. We're gonna work on the fueling. We're gonna get to hopefully
You definitely take it
700.
around the block now, bro.
Yeah, for sure. We might drive it here next time. Who knows?
I'll send you a number tomorrow for the injector guy.
Okay.
Maybe I send my phone. Just give him a call. Either he's able to do what it is and have what you need, or he doesn't.
Okay, yeah.
And explain what you're doing. Send them your page.
All right,
We
yeah.
give you a good discount.
All right,
For a
yeah,
shout
sounds
out.
good.
So yeah.
Perfect.
Be surprised. People will give
You'd
you
be
a lot of
surprised.
All righty. Appreciate it, guys. It's the next day. We're calm after the storm, but there you have it. The engine is still in one piece. It made, I brought out the dyno sheets here, 495 at 6,700. We revved it all the way out to 7721. It made 402 torques. So, you know, there's a couple things we can take away from this.
It didn't blow up?
It didn't blow up. That's a win already, right? It revved to 7,700 RPM. Now, you know, we were talking about earlier, we revved it to 6,600 during the drive, and we were going to ask you guys to check if we could claim the highest revving Ford V10. I have proof right here now for sure. I'm convinced.
You don't think there's one out there?
No way.
Someone's spinning one of these hunks
7,700
of lead.
RPM. So we have we've proven this Ford V10 can be compared, and it's basically on par with supercar engines. I mean, now this thing is making more power than the LFA, the 5 Gallardos. Now, we didn't hit our 700 horsepower target, which would have been what, like 550 wheel or something?
550 to 600 wheel.
600 wheel. So
really, we should have.
But like we said, it looks like we were running out of pump. Whether that is what limited us, we're not quite sure, because the AFRs were decent, not perfect, but they were decent.
Well, it was dipping into close to 13s.
Yeah, so
right.
you know, we should be at what, like 11s,
11,
right? 11s. So maybe it
Lean
is just
mean
fuel.
though, right? No,
Not when you're not boosted. So maybe it is fuel. Maybe we got to check timing. You know, we were talking about maybe we got to add a little bit more lobe separation. You know, we're going to talk to some experts, try and get some help, because we do want to get to 700. But
any suggestions you guys have?
Yeah, if you guys can think of anything. I mean, you can see the plots here. You know, it's just linear all the way up, and then right at 70 or 6,500, it just goes flat. It doesn't drop off. It doesn't. It just goes flat. So something's choking the engine right at the top end. We'll see. I mean, we're happy with the results. This was a win, no matter what. Now it's just the road to getting to that horsepower number. We have some knobs to turn, hopefully. So we're going to work on that in the future. But we still have a lot of work to do. We obviously got body to finish. We got to get all the interior ironed out, because the weather's starting to get a little better. It's show car time. SEMA, it's right around the corner, feels like, maybe.
We still don't have a spot.
We don't have a spot, but we're going to be sending a couple emails. We were waiting for the dyno session before signing up for anything. So big thanks to Drew from Rhino Dyno and Myron from N Motion Performance for having us, taking care of us, taking care of the engine. We really appreciate it. They were late till late at night, hooking us up with the dyno. So thanks again, guys. Their links are in the description if you want to check them out. So that'll be it for this video. You got a Ford V10 making supercar numbers, supercar sounds. And yeah, we're just super pumped. This thing is working just as good as we were hoping. So still work to do. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. All right, before we close this out, there's one thing I want to cross off. Since the previous video, actually, Jack didn't believe me. We double confirmed that at the dyno. Get that shit out of here. Let's go. Check out our website, shopdiy.com. Get yourself one of these 4 keychains. We actually just added this American dual overhead cam V10 jet tag to the website. We also have a bunch of shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. So check out shopdiy.com. Get yourself some DIY swag.